Now, weather on the 6s.
Welcome back. We are looking at a very foggy morning here across the coastal bend.
And the Manicam does not disappoint with this very spooky view from Shoreline Boulevard, where we've got red lights there, People's Street, the Selena Memorial, and lots and lots of fog. So even here along the immediate bayfront, we are dealing with dense fog. This is a situation we're dealing with across the coastal bend, from the brush country to the nearshore waters, from the valley up to the Houston area. So no matter where your commute takes you this morning, we've got fractions of a mile for most parts of that commute. Have the wide view for yourself. It is looking to be a pretty foggy one. The only neighborhood that is reporting more than a mile of visibility, or I should say even at least a mile of visibility, is down in Falfurrias. Everyone else, fractions of a mile. Where you see that 0.3, that's our system rounding 0.25 to the nearest tenth. So a quarter of a mile for a lot of these reporting stations. The best visibility beyond that is a half mile being reported at CCIA over in Ingleside and in Port Aransas and Kingsville. So please be careful as you head out the door. You may not be surprised by this, but our dense fog advisory today is back in action. It's more expansive and covers the entirety of the coastal bend and will be in effect longer today until noon. We could see those visibilities lingering around a quarter of a mile or worse, as we have seen at times already during this broadcast. So please plan ahead for those early morning commutes, through the late morning commutes, and toward lunchtime, where we'll still be dealing with some haziness. I do think around 9:30 we will start to see some improvements this morning. We need the sun to warm us up to get that wind shaking and moving. And yes, we're pretty warm this morning already. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s. That's a nice increase. We're at 54 degrees in Beeville, 46 in Mathis, as well as at CCIA, and 51 for our coastal neighbors out here. Temperatures feeling pretty true to the feels like temperature as well. So we need to get some shaking and moving in our winds. And taking a closer look at the Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network, temperatures across other parts of the neighborhood feeling pretty warm as well. We're at 48 off South Terry Street in the Rockport area, 47 from our Fusion home weather station out there. And taking this view now to the island and out toward the bluff, 49 degrees, the temperature off of Graham Road, 47 from our Shell weather station, 48 off Tahiti Drive. So you can see the trend is pretty unanimous across the board here. We're feeling warmer, but we're all dealing with that fog this morning as temperatures cool toward the dew point. It condenses the moisture in the atmosphere, and because there isn't much for wind, it just lingers and creates problems for the visibility. But if you're trying to plan that dog walk, our star today, Moose, was a birthday boy earlier this month, and wrapping up the month, this pup has a love for sunshine, and 11 years young, we can deliver today in that dog walking forecast. We've got our temperatures rising to the tune of 70 degrees by around lunchtime. We'll be shooing away the fog by then, and as winds begin to pick up around 15 miles per hour from the south, it's going to be feeling pretty nice out there. So the wind is the major key here. We'll see those pick up from the southeast today, bringing more moisture to the coastal bend. So if you've been enjoying this warm and spring-like weather, yeah, you're going to like the rest of the 7-day forecast because we have more of that. In fact, today temperatures for even some of the inland neighborhoods will be pushing 80 degrees. We could get there briefly this afternoon. Most of us, though, will top out in those upper 70s. And then as we go through tonight, temperatures falling through the low to middle 60s. You can expect fog to be back in action on Wednesday morning, too. But our warming trend continues, and these temperatures are warm for this time of the year, too. We usually don't see the middle 70s to around 80 degrees until the end of March, early April. So we're about a month early on that one, and we're going to continue to ride this trend over the next 7 days. 80 degrees tomorrow here in Corpus Christi, and a cold front that looks to arrive on Thursday will bring us back down to closer where we would be for this time of the year. Average high 74 degrees, but we'll warm right back up this weekend with more sunshine into next week.